Kitty. Come to see my video? Come to be in the video? What's up, YouTube? This is FoxHawk Gaming. I'm Cole. Today we're going to be doing a level 40 Rex Raptor farming deck. So we're just going to be using the regular Cerberus kind of build because Rex Raptor is pretty easy and Cerberus is super easy to make and use. So you just need your Mystical Beast Cerberus. Today we're only doing 2 using the Sorcery Conduit. You can use Draw Sense Light if you want to also. Other than that, it's pretty much whatever you want to run. I run Shards of Greed and to draw spells and whatnot, and Twisters to lose life points. I have a whole system where even if you don't get hit by the enemy's monsters, you can still get down to 100 life points through Muyan Curries and Twisters and Abyssal Designators and whatnot. Also have Spell Reproduction in case anything I need in the graveyard goes to the graveyard. I can get it again. And using Magical Blast, we can keep our Cerberus is high in attack, even if we don't have enough spells, like say he hits us a couple times or we can't use Abyssal Designators anymore. The Magical Blast can kind of make up for that. It also works really well with Spell Reproduction, especially if you have 2. Other than that, I just put in a Prismatic Enemy Controller for points, shits and giggles, Spell Reclamation in case the trap bonus points we don't get it through Enchanted Javelin. I have Spell Reclamation in there. That's about it. So let's just get into it. Okay, so on this first one we're going second. In this first duel, the deck list is a little different than I'm using in here. I think I have Pot of Benevolence in there and some other different cards, but it basically works the same way. You can also use Pot of Benevolence to basically do the same thing as Shard of Greed in a way. Also, it does kind of the same thing as Spell Reproduction, but that's just if you don't have Shards of Greed and whatnot. You can put those in. Basically, it will stall them from decking out, or you can bring back some stuff from your graveyard, put it back in your deck if you need to use it again. So it works really well. Other than that, we're just gonna keep playing spell cards until we get both of our Cerberuses, and then once that happens, we just unload our whole hand, get the attack, put on the bow, or use block defense also. I think that's what it's called, block defense. It switches them to attack mode. You can also do that. Other than that, Cerberus is pretty easy to run. Rex Raptor, if you're using the 2 Cerberus ones, he usually gets 1800 attack pretty easily. But he can hit you with, like, what's that one little dinosaur, Cerberus, or the T-Rex looking dude. He won't hit you for 1800 right away, I don't think, usually. So that can cause some problems when you're using Sorcery Conduit, but if you have Draw Sense Light, that might be better, because you only need to take 1500 life points. But I already have this deck built with Yugi, so I'm too lazy to go put it on Kaiba or something. But yeah, other than that, this deck is pretty simple. As you see, I hit 100 life points through Abyssal Designators and Muyan Curries. You just do basic math, whittle yourself down to 100 life points. Muyan Curries, you can gain up to 600 in 200 increments, and you can also do it to your opponent if you don't want the life points. So that's pretty handy. Abyssal Designators, we have 2 of them. Up to 2,000 life points in increments of 1,000, and Twisters up to 1,000 life points in increments of 500. So you just kind of have to do the math. But yeah, it's not that difficult. So I don't need those cards, so I'm just throwing them away with Spell Reproduction to get Muyan Curries. Yeah, I'm just playing spells at this point to buff up my Cerberuses, because I believe I'm pretty close to not having 10,000 attack, but then we get there, so it's not a big deal. There's the final card. Now we just unload. I use that enemy controller just for the points. Ryoku. See, we can use Spell Reproduction. Oh wait, no, it's not. Spell Reclamation on that Ryoku. In case we didn't have enough points, you can just do it again, but I don't need to, so I don't play it again. And boom, 10,000 attack. Pretty simple. That was the deck with Pot of Benevolence, isn't it? And you could see how I use that, how you could use that however you want. You can use it on him or yourself. But here's another one. This is the one with the deck list that's on the side. So if you wanted to see that, we start with a mystical beast. We play Shard of Greed, and we pass turn. It's pretty simple. You can, I think you only have to buff him once in this situation, or against Rex, because none of his monsters really get above 1900, except when he plays a spell card with him. So your guy will just get buffed too, so it doesn't really matter. Other than that, it's just more passing turn. I think on this one I don't get 100 life points because I mess up Butterfingers and I give Rex Raptor the life points from Ian Curry on accident instead of myself. But you'll be able to tell that I could have gotten it very easily. This might be it where I mess up. Let's see. Nope. But yeah, it sucked. But you'll see that it's easy to obtain even if you don't take life points from his attacks or anything. Yeah, here. Is this where I do it? Nope. Give myself it. I keep pausing. These are pre-recorded, just FYI. I'm kind of watching them with you. I keep pausing at those movie and curries, so I was thinking about it then, but whatever. Probably should have cut out this pause right here, but I think at this point I'm doing the math. I would have to use another Muyan Curry on myself, and that way I would have been at 4,600, and then we would take out 2,000 with the Abyssal Designators, another 1,000 with the Twisters, and then I would have to use either Spell Reclamation or Spell Reproduction on a Twister and a Abyssal Designator for another 1,500 life points. Either card works. You can use either card on either card. Spell Reproduction, Spell Reclamation, whatever one you have on hand. But yeah, I screwed up because I don't use the Muyan Curry on myself, and I'll be at 400 life points. And you can't really get to 100 life points with the cards I have when you're at 400. So instead I'll use Spell Reproduction on a Muyan Curry to kind of show you guys that it can work. I messed it up. But we still get a decent amount of points in this one, so it doesn't really matter. And I think the only good cards Rex even gives are rares, I think. Mostly the dinos, the rare dinosaurs. You can just make a Rex deck with those, and the rest of them don't really matter. So there's that. I think that's about it for Cerberus and against Rex Raptor. He's pretty easy to farm, honestly. Once you get your dinos, you want to probably use your gold keys on Ishizu anyway. Yeah, you spell Reproduction on the Muyan Curry just to kind of show. I should have been at 600 life points already, and I would have used the Spell Reproduction on a Twister, putting me at 100. So there's that. Now I'm just going to use Magical Blast over and over just to show you guys that you can use it over and over, and it's really handy, especially against someone like Rex who doesn't draw cards. And if he doesn't draw cards, you don't have to worry about him decking himself before you if you have lots of Shard of Greed. So yeah, Magical Blast works really well. I've heard though, don't use Magical Blast's ability to draw it when you have no cards, because I've heard that you still deck out, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But anyways, that's Rex Raptor, level 40, farming him with Cerberus. There's probably other decks that work, like non-happy girl and whatnot. But anyways, we'll see you guys next time. Like, subscribe, swipe right. It's FoxHawk Gaming. See ya.